Welcome back, folks, to my Skylanders collection series, where we are going to be, where we are in part 3 today. There we go. And as per usual, we start with the base characters, then we go over to the adventure packs and items, and lastly, we go with the in-game and chase variants. So let's just begin with the fire element, in which I have the Swapper Blast Zone, who comes in the starter pack for this game. Then we have Smolder Dash and Series 3 Volcanic Barf Eruptor. What can I say about the design of Smolder Dash? I do really like her design. It's like somewhat basic, but I do genuinely think that she has one of the best designs in this game. And then we have the Volcanic Magma guy. Don't really have to say anything about him. And then Blast Zone, I think he has a decent design in terms of the swappers. And then I have this little handy thing here, which shows like all the Skylanders, so I can tell you which ones that I'm missing. So for fire, I don't have Fire Kraken, Light Course Molder Dash, Series 2 Firebone Hot Dog, and Frino. And next up is water. And for water, I have the starter pack swapper, the second starter pack swapper, which is Washbuckler. I think he has a decent design. And come on, focus. Good. As I said, I think he has a decent design, and it's not the best designer in terms of the swappers, but I think it's a very decent design. A pirate squid thing. But either way, after Washbuckler, we have Lightcore Whamshell. I don't really know what to say about him. More like I don't have anything in particular to say about him. And next up we have Riptide, which I honestly just think his looks kind of bland. But I do like his sword, and yeah, I don't really have any opinion on him. And then we have my last water Skylander is for a swap force here is Series 3 Anchors Away Gil Grant. Yeah, I don't really have an opinion on this guy either. So for the Skylanders that I'm missing from the water element, it's Series 2 Blizzard Chill, Punk Shot, and Freeze Blade. And next up is the life element, which I only have the starter pack Skylander, which is Series 3 Ninja Stealth Elf. I think that's a pretty slick design. And then we have Zulu, which he kind of looks like Frodo, or more like he just looks like a very hairy hobbit. That's like about it, what I have to say about him. So for a swap for the life element, the ones I'm missing are Stink Bomb, Gorilla Drilla, Lightcore Bumble Blast, Series 2 Fawnhorn Camo, and Bumble Blast. For the Undead element, which we move on to now, I have Night Shift, both of the swappers, which is Night Shift and Rattlesnake. I know this, it says Rattleshake, but it's just my brain just autocorrects it to Rattlesnake because that just makes more sense in my brain. But either way, I think both of those two are really cool, especially the boxing vampire. And next up is Series 3 Twin Blade Chop Chop. We don't really have any opinions on it other than Archean Skylander, which I think is cool, really cool to have like Archean Skylanders. Then we have Roller Brawl, which, gotta say, really slick design. This is just a really cool design in my opinion, with these like bladed blades, with like these roller skates with really sharp blades on them, and then the claws, which just really adds to the factor of how cool she is. So now for these Skylanders that I'm missing from Undead, they are Lightcore Grim Creeper, Series 3 Phantom Cinder, and Grim Creeper. So now for we have the Earth element. No, we have the Air element, not Earth. But as you can see here, I have both the swappers, which are Free Ranger and Boom Jet. Don't really have any opinions on them, but I do think it's kinda interesting that Boom Jet has this like jet thing here, and that he throws like bombs. And then we have the bird brain. You could say that Free Ranger is a bit of a bird brain, but either way, the light core is light core Tornado, and I really like that they kept in the tornado here for his design. And between the series 2 and 1, between the series 2 and 3 Skylanders in Swap Force, I think that Lightcore Tornado, along with series 3 Ninja Stealth Elf, are by far the best looking reposes. And next up is Hornblast Whirlwind, Series 3 Hornblast Whirlwind, which I think is still kinda cool. I mean, it's not my favorite but I do think it's still pretty cool. And the last one for the air element is Pop Fawn. And as you saw, he's missing a horn, a little wing, but either way, don't really have any opinions on him other than the fact that he looks somewhat cute. But now to the ones that I'm missing from Air. I'm only missing two, which are Series 3 Hurricane Jetvac and Scratch. Now on to Magic, which I only have two, and they are the Swapper Hoot Loop, and then Light Core Star Strike, which I honestly think that Star Strike is like the best, like like the best original, like new introduced character in Swap Force besides Roller Brawl. Yeah, I just really like her design, which, I mean, there is just some mystery about it. She just kind of gives off these mysterious vibes, but anyway, on to the Skylanders that are missing from the magic element. They are Trap Shadow, Star Strike, Junebug, Series 3 Pop Fizz. No, it's Series 2 Pop Fizz and Series 3 Mega Ram Spyro. And now for the tech element, I have the Swapper Magna Charge, which I do find kinda intriguing with his magnet-like head, and I don't really have anything else to say about him that other than the fact that he's a somewhat intriguing Skylander, like by design. And then the tech light core is Countdown, which is he's just a time bomb. And then we have a regular counter as well. I don't really have any opinions on Countdown. But the next, my last Skylander for the tech element is Wind Up. Focus, camera, good. Either way, I think that Wind Up. Why did I almost say Countdown? Probably because he was right before, but I do think that Wind Up has a somewhat fun design, and yeah, I do like that he is kind of goofy looking. But the ones onto the ones I'm missing, they are Spy Rise, Series 3 Big Bang Trigger Happy, Series 2 Heavy Duty Sprocket. And now onto the last element, which is Earth. And there I have Series 3 Hyper Beam Prism Break. Still the same opinions as on the Series 1 and 2 and Light Core. But one thing I do like about this character, more specifically the design in Swap Force, is the fact that they changed his crystals from blue to red, and that there is 3 crystals coming out of his hands, which I don't know if you can call them hands, but I'm just going to anyway. Which I think that is extremely cool that they added 2 extras. And next up is Slobbertooth, which I honestly just think is somewhat dorky and adorable. I mean, come on. You can't deny the fact that he is a bit dorky and adorable. And next up is Series 3 Knockout Terrafin. Shakes get the power. that's the best way I can describe him. With that he Shakes get the power. And then we have Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. That's like about it, how I can describe Scorp. So the ones that I'm missing from the Earth element is Rubble Rouser, Tombstone, and Lightcore Flashwing. And then onto the items and adventure packs, which I only have one. The Tower of Time, the Sky Diamond and Battle Hammer. That's the adventure pack that I have. So I obviously miss Shipwreck Islands and the Platinum Sheep and the other item that's with the Platinum Sheep in the Shipwreck Island adventure packs. In the adventure pack, not packs. But now we go to the in-game variants, which are the only ones I have for this game. We start things off with Kickoff Countdown, Springtime Trigger Happy, and then Jolly Bumble Blast, which I think is these three I think are kinda fun because they are like event themed. Kickoff Countdown obviously being a football themed event, Skylander, Springtime Trigger Happy obviously being themed around the Easter, which is coming right up. And then we have Jolly Bumble Blast, which is themed around Christmas. And overall, these three event Skylanders I like them very much. And between between Lightcore regular countdown, Lightcore countdown, and Kickoff Countdown, I like Kickoff Countdown the most out of these three, since I think it's the best. And then we have my swapper, which is Enchanted Hoot Loop, and I honestly really like Hoot Loop's design, and I do think that he looks really good both the regular and in-game variant. And it will, fun fact, that if you combine both parts, both Enchanted and regular Hoot Loop, it will say Hoot Loop and Enchanted Hoot Loop, despite the fact that you have two different Hoot Loops. So it will look like this in the game, and it will still say the regular, as if it's this Hoot Loop that you're playing with if you have regular Hoot Loops top and Enchanted Hoot Loops bottom, and vice versa. And so for my last in-game variant Skylander for Swap Force is Volcanic Barf Eruptor, which I, in all honesty, think is better than regular Lava Barf Eruptor. Also worth noting, this guy is a 3DS Starter Pack exclusive Skylander, so he only came in the 3DS Starter Pack. But either way, that was this video, and I will see you all in episode 4, which is going to be Trap Team. See you all next time.